Welcome back to the battle camp. So, a bit of a surprising bit of breaking news. Well, it's the news isn't surprising, but the fact that it broke just now is a little bit surprising. So, Anthony Joshua on his Instagram and via a YouTube video on his personal YouTube channel that I think is a new channel. I don't think it existed before this particular video. He announced that he will be fighting Big Baby Jarrell Miller on June the 1st at Madison Square Garden. So, no new information there. This was the rumor going around, and it was kind of a known fact. It just hadn't been announced yet. So, it's officially official, I suppose you could say. The video that he uploaded to YouTube, it was 3 or 4 minutes long. I'll put a link to that video in the description, and you should be looking at a picture of him sitting on that armchair talking to us, the audience, through his camera right now. So that's a screenshot from the actual video that you're looking at. It was a bit of a, I mean, he didn't say anything new. He didn't really go into detail about the heavyweight division. Just kind of mentioned that due to boxing politics and the current situation in the heavyweight division, he's unable to fulfill his desire to fight for the undisputed heavyweight championship. So he's had to explore other avenues, and Big Baby Jarrell Miller in New York is the challenge that he's picked. The other thing that he said is there will be other British fighters on the undercard, which isn't a surprise because, again, Eddie Hearn has said in quite a few different interviews that, if at the time when he was kind of saying that it's not 100% that it's going to be Jarrell Miller, but he was basically saying that if it is Jarrell Miller, he wants to build a monster card with loads of British fighters on the undercard to showcase the talent. So Anthony Joshua's basically confirmed that's the plan going forward. The thing that made me sorry, it's not even this funny. The thing that made me laugh was Joshua basically said to us, let me know if you know of any good sparring partners. Comment below. Like, who the fucking Johnny Grimsby's gonna fucking type in and say, oh, I know this guy, he'll make a good sparring partner for you, he can mimic Big Baby Miller really well. I don't know why he said that. I'm thinking it might just be kind of, I don't know, nerves. It's happened. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not a fucking Anthony Joshua, but like sometimes you kind of have an idea of what you want to say, and then you start recording, and then your mind kind of goes blank, and then you just fucking, whatever the first thing comes to your head, you just end up saying it. It's happened to me before when I record these videos. I have to stop and start again, like, because you just lose your trail of thought and shit like that. So I don't know why I found that so funny. It made me laugh the way you said that. Let me know if you I switched up my training, and let me know if you know of any good sparring partners. Comment below. It's not even that funny. Maybe I'm the only one that found it that funny. But yeah, I'm just surprised about the timing of this, really. I saw somewhere on Twitter that the extension that Al Heyman and Frank Warren requested for negotiations for Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, that was, I think today it was extended until today, if I'm not mistaken. But I read on Twitter that it's been extended again. But I didn't bother to kind of look up and check on that, to be honest. And I don't know if that's got something to do with why they chose today to announce. Because in my head, I thought maybe both sides were waiting for each other to announce the fight and details of the fight. Because the Deontay Wilder fight, if rumours are to be believed, is going to happen in New York also, in the Barclays Center. So, two heavyweight fights, both in New York. I don't know whether there's an advantage to be had to announcing your fight second, especially if meaning Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, announce that they're fighting after this announcement, obviously. But if they say they're fighting in May, for example, mid-May, then that means kind of all the attention will be on that fight, and then it will only leave a week or two for people to kind of take in the fact that Joshua's fighting in the States, in New York as well. So there'll obviously be some kind of competition for promotion and kind of screen space with mainstream kind of media outlets to promote the fight. That was something that what's his face Oscar De La Hoya was pissed off about, because they announced Canelo vs Triple G, and then a bit later on Mayweather announced that he was fighting McGregor, and that fight went before the Triple G Canelo fight. So Oscar De La Hoya wasn't happy about that. So I don't know. Maybe that had something to do with it. But again, with such big fights like this, and you have to kind of book arenas so far in advance and stuff. I'm pretty sure both parties knew what moves each party was going to make, if that makes sense. So I'm pretty sure Matchroom, DAZN, Eddie Hearn, Joshua Miller, they probably have a good idea of when Wilder's fighting Tyson Fury and where it's going to be, and vice versa. So maybe I'm just kind of thinking too deep into things and kind of just making my own assumptions off of the limited information that I have. But yeah, so I just kind of wasn't expecting the news to just drop just out of the blue like this, especially with Joshua doing it via his Instagram and his YouTube channel that he just started up. I'd be interested to see how they build the undercard, because obviously Joshua's not a household name in the States. So selling at Madison Square Garden isn't going to be easy for him, I presume. So they need to stack the undercard, in my opinion, and they need to put some names on that undercard that people recognise. Who those names are, I don't know. They can't just have loads of British fighters in New York unless they're banking on loads of British people, fans and friends of individual fighters travelling over to the States to watch their guy fight. Unless that's kind of one of the strategies they're banking on to sell out the arena. But they'd have to be in fights against meaningful opponents and Americans and kind of names that people know stateside. So that'll be the next thing to look at. But yeah, so the fight's been announced. Let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Please like, as they say. And what was the other? What have I already? So comment. I've already said. Like, please like, and share and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time. Cheers, guys.